NCIS has been on the air for 20 years, so you'd think the cast would be like family by now, right? Well, you'd be wrong. While it's true that most of the cast get along really well, it might not be the case for some of them. Let's talk about two NCIS actors who hate each other. Yes, they are true. There's major beef between Polly Peretti and Mark Harmon. For over 15 years, fans have adored the relationship between Peretti's character, Abby Shudo, and Mark Harmon's Jethro Gibbs. Until it all came crashing down 6 years ago when the beloved actress suddenly up and left the show. At first, it seemed that Peretti left the show on good terms with everyone, but then fans began speculating that there was more to the story. And they were right. A year before her departure from the show, the actress and Harmon had a major falling out. And this was no normal actor fight about salaries, character arcs, or trailer sizes. It actually began with a dog. Yes, a dog caused a split between the two stars who, for over a decade, had a pretty wholesome relationship both on and off the screen. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. You're gonna need more details about the falling out. Let's start with the dog. The two actors filmed together for 10 seasons with no issues. But all hell broke loose in 2016. One day, Harmon brought his dog to the set of NCIS, which ended up biting a crew member. It wasn't a playful little bite. Sources say that the crew member needed 15 stitches. So clearly it was a big deal, but Harmon didn't seem to think so. The actor continued to bring his pet to set even after the bite. A number of cast and crew members were uncomfortable about the dog being on set, but they couldn't say anything. After all, Harmon also served as executive producer on the show, and no one wants to upset the boss. Harmon's lawyers claimed that the dog was always kept in his trailer or on a leash, but some sources said otherwise. Finally, Peretti decided to take a stand on behalf of the cast and crew. And that's when it all went downhill. Peretti was the only person to stand up to Harmon about the dog issue, and he wasn't having any of it. Despite how closely the characters of Gibbs and Shudo were related, it appears that the executive producer wasn't used to being confronted by any of his coworkers, and Peretti was no exception. A crack had appeared in their relationship, and there was no going back after that, not even on screen. A source close to the show mentioned that Harmon and Peretti were never seen in the same room together after this incident. F scripts were deliberately written in a way that the two actors did not have to film together, which is pretty sad because the dynamic between Gibbs and Shudo was a fan favorite for years and years. They reportedly never even worked on the same days. She did her scenes on one day and he did his working on other days, a source said. Brr, that's cold. I mean, they did appear together in Peretti's final scene on NCIS before she quits the show, but that was clearly just edited. Harmon obviously wanted nothing to do with her, and it appears that the feeling was mutual. But wait, is this why Peretti quit the show? Her exit was reportedly on the cards even before the whole dog incident, but it seems that was a major part of her leaving NCIS. The week after her final episode on the show aired, Peretti shared some information on Twitter and made it clear that the Harmon episode did contribute to her decision to leave. While the actress was gracious enough not to share any specifics, it was easy enough to put two and two together. She said that there was a machine keeping her silent. The actress also mentioned that the only reason she hadn't gone public with her story is because she felt she had to protect her crew, their jobs, and other people associated with the show. But the nail on the head, the one clear indication that Harmon impacted her decision to leave, was that she ended her series of tweets with, "He did it." There was a clear implication that Harmon was a bully on the sets of NCIS, and Peretti didn't stand for it. And that's why she left. Here's the interesting part though. The story doesn't end there, of about whether or not she'll ever return. Her response left fans shocked. "No, I am not coming back, ever. Please stop asking." Peretti wrote on Twitter, "I'm terrified of Harmon and him attacking me. I have nightmares about it." Yikes, that's a pretty serious allegation. Peretti literally claimed Harmon assaulted her and that she's still traumatized. Now that's a bombshell if I ever saw one.
Grieving. It feels differently every day, and it's sad. I usually cry in my car every single day when I drive to work, and I usually cry on my way home at some point. And then I take a deep breath and I go, all right.
That's way more messed up than some argument about a dog. So what did Harmon have to say about it? Well, nothing yet, publicly at least. But a source close to the show has stated that Harmon wanted the network to make Peretti stop ruining his reputation. The Insider also stated that the executive producer reportedly told CBS, "You'd better rein in Polly Peretti or I'll sue her." And the plot thickens. So what do the fans have to say? You'd think that everybody would side with Peretti, the defender of the cast and crew, the survivor of alleged abuse at the workplace. But you'd be wrong. While a handful of NCIS fans supported the actress, the large majority called BS. Twitter bashed Peretti for fabricating parts of the story. Many also claimed that she was using the dog story to get back at Harmon. A few people also pointed out that Peretti has a history of spreading lies, and so she can't be trusted. One fan stated that, yes, Harmon is a bully, but the actress also has a tendency to manipulate situations and make herself out to be the martyr. To be fair, she's never presented any evidence of Harmon assaulting or intimidating her. But what if there is no actual proof? No one knows what reality actually is. Whose side are you on? Let's end the video by talking about what CBS has to say about everything. The network never addressed the assault allegations, but they did have something to say about the whole dog incident. Back in 2018, CBS released an official statement regarding Peretti's sudden departure from NCIS. The network thanked the actress for all her years on the show and stated that she will be missed. The statement then addressed the dog episode, confirming that there was a workplace issue. The network claims it took the conflict seriously and worked with the actress to make sure there was a resolution. Reportedly, the agreement banned Harmon from bringing the dog to set unless it was properly leashed. But despite this agreement, Peretti refused to work with Harmon, which isn't really all that surprising. The beef was real, guys. Well, there you have it. Here's all there is to know about the rift between Mark Harmon and Polly Peretti. Pretty crazy, right? It's all pretty intense stuff, and regardless of whose side you're on, you have to admit it's pretty sad that we'll never see Gibbs and Abby on screen ever again. NCIS just isn't the same without them.